So in this episode of What's Inside, we're going to be looking at an older optical drive. This one actually came out of a PowerMac G5 that was featured in the last video. Most optical drives come apart very easily with 4 screws on the bottom. They're actually typically near these mounting screws that you'd use to mount it into your case. There's also mounting screws on the side. There's a standard desktop one that has a tray that slides out. So this is actually quite a bit longer. I've seen ones that are about an inch shorter. I don't know why this guy's longer other than it's old, but the other one that I saw was newer. I don't know if it's a burner. If you look on the back, we see an IDE interface, IDE bridges to do it, a audio output, and I don't know what that connector does, and a power in. Once you've taken off those screws, the back just lifts straight off, and you see there's some pouts here that probably keep these pouts in place so it doesn't jiggle around. Then looking at the front cover comes off relatively easily. The only thing you really have to do is push out the tray. You do that by pushing in here with a little paperclip-like item. I'm using a capacitor. So now that I used a paperclip-like item, to open it, this just pulls right out. And now that you've taken that piece out, you can just use a screwdriver to push open on the sides. This piece comes off. Typically this bezel's bigger, but it was embedded in a slightly different design. Most optical drives actually have nothing holding on this top case, but this guy is slightly different. This guy must have been a little weird. And there's a screw on the top that holds it to this top frame right here. As you can see in here, we have the tray that goes in and out of it. It's just connected to a little motor. And here is the actual thing that it spins on to keep it so it spins with limited friction. We also see in here we have the main chips on the board. This board is actually held in by just 2 little clips here and here. That's all that holds it in, and 1 screw in the middle. I'll take out this screw. Taking out the screw that's just held into plastic, you can lift up these 2 clips, and I think, nope, that's it. That's all of it when it comes to clips. There might be another connector on the other side. I don't think there is, oh yeah, this little bitty. And it's mainly held on by these type of connectors. The way to take them off is just use your fingernails to push them forward. They slip right out. And there's another one right on here that has to come out. This guy lifts up and then comes out easily. And there's the last one. This guy just pulls out. So you see there's a couple major components. There's this cable that goes to the actual imaging as a laser that points to the optical disc and reads the data. There's this front board that connects the little switch that manually pushes it on and out, and connects to the motor right here that pushes the tray in and out. There's this one that connects to the motor that spins the disc, and there's this one that moves this in and out. This whole thing is mounted on a movable platform using these little mounts here, which are mounted on just via like rubber, so it can vibrate a lot without ruining the disc. This piece comes off, but there's not very much to see other than the bottom. The top of the laser piece, of which I think these guys typically have a 5mm red or infrared laser that's typically being used. The burners do have quite a bit higher power lasers. I don't know if this guy is a burner, but the burner ones, you can do some stuff with the lasers, because it actually has to use the laser to burn the disc inside to do it. This guy's actually broken. Sometimes these do fail, and sometimes you find quarters and stuff inside them. But when they, sometimes they can fail because of the little heads, which I'll show you once I get this little piece off. This guy's a very interesting drive, I'll say that. Most drives don't have all this metal and pieces. Most of them just have slip right apart. This guy's probably a higher end one. Once I lift off this piece, you can actually see this right here is the little lens for the laser diode, which is actually mounted on here, can vibrate around. I don't know if those little motors, nope, doesn't look like those motors, looks like just more shock extension. There's a little circuit board here, there's quite a bit of little optics stuff in here, so it's pointed. You could see there's a hero down here, and I think like the laser, the sensor, yeah, I think the lasers are here. Laser's actually right here. There's another one, might be slightly different frequencies, and the sensor is here. So that's basically what's inside an optical drive. They really aren't exciting as you thought. All the gears that do it, you actually see as you take it in, this piece moves over here, which locks it.